Добрый вечер. Меня зовут Oleksandr.
Good evening, my name is Oleksandr Starovit and I'm working in the startup of Kwambio. I'm responsible for the operational activities. We are producing the 3D objects printed on the printer, and all of that is focused upon ceramics. So we are accompanying our clients from the birth of the idea till the ready product issue. We came to ceramics only 2 years ago. We began all of that in 2013 as a project, as a platform for the owners of the tabletop 3D printers. It used to be a hype and there was a huge interest for the table 3D printing. We suggested to have a platform to choose the designer project, to push the button print and to get this product at your table at home. This platform allowed to transform a very complicated object into the usual utilities device, which was working according to the principle plug and play. We loved that, we loved the technology, and it seemed to be the best product in the world, but our users could not value that, because there were not enough of 3D printers for the scheme of paper print work. So we had to change something. So we came to the conclusion that the table printers do not allow us to get the ready product. They are more dealing with the manufacturing of certain prototypes. So we began to take orders of different materials. There were lots of materials in ceramics, orders in ceramics, and there was no such an offer, a nice supply which would suggest the ready products. We decided to take this challenge because we needed to save this product, because this platform turned out not to be efficient. A bit of history. For 25,000 years, the ceramics manufacturing was the same. The process, in fact, never changed during this time. The ceramics has been used not only as an object for design and also as the equipment for the industry and heavy industries. We have developed the technology which allows to produce ceramics with the help of 3D printer, and it was done in the following way. Our engineer took the powder in the bucket, and he decided to make a product, but he didn't write down the components. So we had to spend some time to get to know what the components were. We never did that, but during this work we designed 3 new powders which give us the production of products in the heavy industries, healthcare, and we also printing bone implants. So, the multi-billion market of the ceramic production is increasing, so we are growing together with it. If we look closer at the traditional cycle of production, we will understand why we use for ceramics and can get this product in a different way, in fact, but we use 3D printing because of the very simple reason. Because in the traditional cycle of getting one prototype, from the idea till its implementation in life, there are 35 days. But when you use the model of 3D printer, the ready product can be got in 5 days. How does it work for the 3D printer? It doesn't matter whether this is a mass production or one piece only. It gets the model and it gives you the ready product. So the process of the printing itself takes 5 hours only. All the rest is post-processing. So we can see that in the classic way of getting the prototype, we have 35 days, and when we use 3D printer, 5 hours only. So expanding this service, we began to work on the creation of our own device, our own printer. Thanks to the work with our own materials, we decided to equip it with the following set of our powders. This is the ceramic powder to produce ceramics. This is the powder with the glass sphere material to produce designer materials, and also the high temperature ceramics, and the materials for the metals casting. So we need to understand which printer to use for it to be efficient and useful. So thanks to producing printers, we are increasing our own service. Now, when we are developing the material, we are writing down all the components and the ingredients and all the tests we are conducting. The only complication is that when we are working with the highly technological and industrial enterprises, it's complicated to understand what in fact they need. So you have to come and to tell what we are doing and then to get the feedback, not to lose the links with the reality and to do what's needed at this very moment of the industry. During the previous year, we've loaded 13,000 objects, and there was the shift of the whole business model. We decided to go away from the services only and decided to take the orders for the 3D printing, so we became the product company. But now we have new competitors, of course. As before that, we had only the companies which gave the services, provided the services of 3D printing. Now we have the global producers of the 3D printers as competitors too. What shall we do with that? We'll be competitors and working on the technology of the printing itself, improving our own printer, and being in the middle between those two big whales. If we look at the timeline of the last 2 years, we can see that in 2016, in September, 2 years sharp, we issued the plant on the processing of ceramics. We developed the materials and set up all the processes. So in January this year, at the World Exhibition of the Technology CES 2018, we showed our development, our printer, where we brought 4 first pre-orders. For the moment, the part of our team is working in Hartford, developing the drafts of using of our technologies in the industry. Those are corporations like General Electric, Stanley Black & Decker, Coca-Cola and others. And by the way, in a fortnight we are planning a very interesting event in London. We are opening the gallery and the representation, so we are so we are inviting you for this opening. Our closest plans are the development of the materials for the industry. We also have the plans of the developing of biopowders and also the expansion of our presence at the 3D printing market, the development of the desktop printer, which would allow you to use this technology not only by the huge industrial enterprises, but also SMEs. Here we can see how the future desktop printer will look like. And if 5 years ago there was the rumor that soon the 3D printer will be in each household, now I can say that the printer shouldn't be in every household. Every house must have an access towards such a technology. So if we have the special workshops which would give us such a technology, it would be much closer to us than the printer which is in each household. A bit about 3D printing, bioprinting. In the future, when each person has an account with his or her scanned skeleton, will be ready to provide the service of the printing of the part, what you need to print, the part of your body. It will allow the doctors, having the set of the necessary bones, to choose the proper way of treatment, to print out the necessary bone, to replace the injured one. And it won't be the implant which is totally strange for the body, but it will be the part which really used to be at the place. It will be the part of the fully functional organism of a person. During our existence, we had raised several rounds of investments from different companies in Europe and the US, and we had the cross-functional team of the experts who are working now on what seemed impossible yesterday. Now they're working on what seems impossible tomorrow. So all of this time we were accompanied by media, of course.
Those were
additions from the Europe, from the US, and local media from Ukraine, which helped us to develop, inspiring us and showing that the work which we are conducting is interesting not only to us, but the users and wider audience. As for our geography, we are becoming an international company because now we have an office in New York. We've got a production capacity in Odessa, where we develop the service, where we develop the devices and materials, and also we want to open an affiliate in London. We have certain expansions in the plans more, and to have innovations in everyday life, and to let them happen. Thank you.
Thank you, Oleksandr.